Hello everyone, Douglas Waltz, Old Man Comic Books. Yes, it's 2 weeks. Yes, there's a lot. It was interesting because we went to pick up the Punisher comic book and I accidentally got the Marvel Knights Punisher comic book instead of the new Punisher comic book. And so they had to give me there's a game called Marvel Rivals, and this is the Marvel Rivals version of the Punisher. It looks nothing like that in this particular issue. So our Punisher is written by Benjamin Percy. Our artist is Jose Luis Soares. Oh, but then it says there's an inker. Oren Jr. Weird. Shouldn't the artist be the penciler then? I don't know. So I'll show you the cover. So this is a whole new Punisher. But he's got this problem. And they're trying to figure out what it is. And they figure out what it is. And no, I'm not going to tell you. Because I feel like it would spoil it. So it's an interesting way to jump onto the Punisher if you haven't read a Punisher comic book in forever, like us. So speaking of new and improved, we have Daredevil #1, the new series. That's got a thing in here somewhere that tells me who did it. Maybe. Stephanie Phillips is our writer. Lee Garbett is our artist. It's weird. It's neat art. I mean, here, you want to judge? You want to be judgy? There you go. What do you think? You like that? I'm not really sure what's up with the cover. It's got the whole... Why is it a cardstock cover? Did they charge me extra for this thing? They charged me extra for this thing. Alright, so it's Daredevil. He's back. He's just trying to fit in and do his thing and get along and flirt with girls. He's a professor at a university now. So, and somebody's killing people by ripping out their eyeballs. That's what you get. I love the classic costume. They do a good job of giving that back to us. That's all we really want. And some bad guy I don't recognize. So I'm not even going to show him to you. We'll probably see him next issue. Just still freaking out about this. That's thick, right? For a comic book cover? Here. Here's Batman. The paper. Alright, well, here's Batman. Yeah, we have the light from the daylight. I usually don't do these in the daytime. This is #8. Let me find my opener. Maybe. Here we are, Batman. Matt Fraction's our writer. Ryan Sook is our artist. Alan Scott shows up, the original Green Lantern, because Batman has questions for him. And yeah, it's a couple of old guys. It actually says the title is 3 Old Men, One Night in Gotham. So, and then you get a very long, no, there's 2 of them. One for Wonder Woman, one for Fury of Firestorm. I was going to buy Fury of Firestorm, but then it's a 5-issue miniseries, and the art looks like butt, so I did not get that. My wife's favorite comic book in the whole wide world. It always comes out in sections of 4. Here's #1 of Gru, the Prophecy. My favorite is always the Ruferto cartoon in the back. As always, Gru is written by Sergio Aragonés and Mark Evanier and illustrated by Sergio Aragonés. And Groot is on his way to a new place. And there's the prophecy about something terrible coming. I was going to bet money on Groot, because that's just how they do things. I love how he can draw such intricate little crowd scenes full of people. I'm going to try and find maybe his crowd scenes of just vast amounts of people. It's got to be, I mean, just here, just look at this page. There you go. Look at that. Man, he's got some talent. I remember when he was just doing the borders in the Mad magazine. He'd do these little funny things in the white borders. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles vs. Godzilla #5. Yep, it's the last one. Story by Tim Seeley. Art by Pharaoh Pay. And it's what you wanted. The monsters all show up. The turtles show up. Everybody whoops some butt. And Godzilla walks back into the ocean. It's a classic Godzilla story with the turtles. I like when they all turned into monsters. I liked April O'Neil as Mothra. I thought that was cute. So, all right. Number 9 of the new Godzilla Kaisei. Written by Tim Seeley, art by Giada Belviso is what I will say. Best part of this book is Jet Jaguar and the fact that he only speaks in the lyrics of his theme song from his show. This is where I had to complain, though. Jet Jaguar is in this and Godzilla is in this. They say that those two are arch enemies. At no time is that true. Jet Jaguar is Jet Jaguar, and he is friends with Godzilla. If you don't believe me, Godzilla versus Megalon. Go watch it. You should go watch it anyways if you've never seen it. It's a great Godzilla movie. And speaking of wrapping up another one, here we are, issue 4 of Gargoyles versus Darkwing Duck. Plot is gonna make my daughter laugh. The plot is by Tad Stones and Greg Weisman. The script is by Greg Weisman. The art is Ciro Cangialose. And they team up to stop Demona. She's got the Quackonomicon. She's trying to take over the universe. They have to stop her. That's the whole plot. This is a great idea for a comic book. By the way, they work really well together. Where are we at? Number 18 of Batgirl. When last we left Batgirl, her blood was infected. Do you remember? I remember. Of course, now I've got to figure out where. And the artwork in this has just been getting busier by the second. The fight scenes are just very fluid and fun to look at. But I need to find who did it. I think they should be acquired by law to put them all in the front. Tate Brownball is our writer. Takashi Miyazawa does pencils and inks. Why don't you just put artist? Giving yourself 2 credits, is that it? So she's got to find the cure for the blood curse. Or, she'll die. It's still a fun book. Her books are weird. But we're getting into the next week. That was week 1. Yes, there are 2 weeks. So we are on Amazing Spider-Man 26. Which is currently doing the Death Spiral. And Death Spiral is one. Oh, I do want to show you this piece of art. This is pretty nice. You like that? Yeah. So the Death Spiral is this guy named Torment and then Carnage. They fuse together. Joe Kelly is our writer. Francesco Mana and Ed McGuinness are our pencilers. Francesco Mana and Mark Farmer are our inkers. Now see, I'm not getting every one of these because it goes through different things. So apparently Torment and Carnage have melded together to try and kill everyone. And Spider-Man has to stop them. The costume is neat because Spiral's all white with his spiral and Carnage is Carnage. So you get this fusion of stuff. Honestly, at this point, I'm just going to be glad when it's all over. Next issue takes place in Venom. So, we got that. And it was fun when Spider-Man had to save a cousin of his because Spiral's trying to kill anyone he's related to. And they drew him. I think he looks like Jack Kirby. Yeah. I thought that was funny. And it looks like they're going to try and kill Aunt May again. That trick never works. You can't kill that woman. Supergirl, number 12. When last we left Supergirl, she was in the bottle city of Kandor fighting some woman who dropped her to the... Oh, yeah, that's right. Hold on. Let's see if I can get in there. Writer, artist, and cover artist is Sophie Campbell. Sophie, thanks for making that easy for me. You guys got to see how tiny this print is. It's old man comic book reviews, not young man with perfect vision. Heck, when I was a young man, I didn't even have perfect vision. So, she got hurt, so they had to put some cybernetic parts on her. And then there's something called Team Flame. Team Thunder. Sorry. It's Black Flame and Team Thunder. Sorry. My throat is dry. Here. We'll stop. I'll take a drink of my tasty beverage. Ice Mountain. Oh. I'm all dry from having to work this morning at the call center. I didn't take any phone calls. I'm lying. So yeah, the Supergirl book. It's and the art is cool. It's a little weird, but cool. I like it. Sophie's always doing good stuff. I like it better when she's drawing Supergirl than just writing Supergirl. So a couple issues ago, they changed Aquaman to Emperor Aquaman, number 16. He says right on the front, we're going to need a bigger comic book. Get it? Because it's sharks. And then there's that line where he says, in Jaws, we're going to need a bigger boat. It's that. So, see, this is how I put credits in for Old Man. Look at these. Look at those big, beautiful credits. Jeremy Adams is our writer. John Timms is our art. See, he just took art. He didn't say penciler and inker. So, Aquaman has to go ahead and go to this new lighthouse. It's run by ants. But the ants have been infested by worms. And so he has to save the ants. And they're like humanoid ants. They're like 5.5, 6 feet tall. And he takes all of his shark buddies with him. And apparently Black Manta's coming back. Because nobody asked for that. Anybody asked for Black Manta? I think not. Alright, I saved the best for last. A while back they had a thing called Monsterpiece Theater. Where it was all these literary characters like the Great Gatsby, Dracula. They fought Godzilla. Since it was led by Gatsby, that's why it was called G-Force. Fighting Godzilla. That's my neighbor's horn, apparently. And so they brought it back. This time around, it's Romeo and Juliet and Godzilla. This is such a great book. Because Godzilla's in it, but it's still the play Romeo and Juliet. Written by Adam Tierney, art by Sean Peacock. And you get the entirety of the play of the story of Romeo and Juliet. It ends the same way. I mean, sure, Shakespeare didn't have Romeo take this poison that turned him into a kaiju. But it's, what do you call that? Artistic license? Is that it? And in the back is Godzilla Meets Robin Hood and His Merry Band of Outlaws, Part 1. This is by Tom Scioli, who did the original Masterpiece Theater with his cool artwork. This is going to continue throughout the series. Yes, I understand. How can you have a series, Romeo and Juliet are dead? Well, they have a plan for that. The next one is Odysseus and Godzilla. So the Odyssey is the next one, and we'll get the second part of Godzilla and Robin Hood. So, it's a great book. Now that I've done the show, I can hand it over to Martha. She can read it, because it's a number one. She's trying to get back on the horse. The comic book reading horse. Sometimes it'll throw you off. Alright, let's sort them off. We're going to give Gargoyles and Darkwing Duck hero, right? Yeah. Turtles are heroes. Oh, I don't know about Gru. Let me get an opinion. Do we count Gru as a hero?
Yes.
All right. To everyone, but yeah. All right. All right. Well, since this is the only book that doesn't have superheroes in it, guess who won? Superheroes won again. All right. So there's 2 weeks worth. That's me being lazy. And since my throat is drying up, we will not be having the talk today. I will just tell you, thank you for watching my show, and go read a comic book.